Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Noble, your FPS coach. This stream is going to be a little bit different. Before I get started playing the Xbox Series X, just like everybody else, I'm going to do a little bit of a Devin Nash-esque style stream, and it's going to flow a little bit like a YouTube video because I want to address a huge issue for esports with these new consoles right out of the gate, and I've got so much stuff in front of me, right? Controller, an adapter, mix amp, couple of headsets, energy drink because it's frankly late. So I'm gonna be balancing a few things here on stream. So I'm not gonna be making as direct eye contact like I normally do for my YouTube viewers, and for my streamers, you're used to it because I'm internet, right? So the biggest issue, right, when unboxing this that I'm sure a lot of you noticed with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 is that there's no optical audio port. And let me just tell you right now, if you've come here to hear all the specs, the why, what, right, wrong, blah, 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 you've come to the wrong place. You see what I did there? Yeah, okay, well, it's just me. But really, if you've come to figure out how to set up your high-end headphones like Astros, you've come to the right place, right? So since this is Devin Nash style video, what's that noise he makes when he gets subs? Woo! Okay, that was a bit cringe. So let's just roll the intro. All right, so let's get started. And for those of on YouTube who think, does this bozo actually roll an intro on a stream? Absolutely. You've got to get people hyped. And I mean, when else can you pick your nose? Oh, okay. I think. Do I need to clarify that was a joke? I don't get people hyped. Okay. Yeah, all jokes aside, let's get to the issue at hand, right? So why does the optical audio port, I'm gonna call it the audio optical port all night. The optical audio port, why does that matter that it's not in place on consoles? So for a lot of esports competitors as well as streamers, it gives you a few things. So the first is dynamic surround sound for increased and heightened game sense and awareness. The second is control, and the third is the two connection points. And I'll address all of these individually. So for the dynamic surround sound, it's a lot more like real life, and this is provided by the optical audio port as opposed to a USB or audio jack, right, or aux port. Like I said, you didn't come here for the specs or the technical terms, right? Audio jack, like headphones. This is why I kept stuff in front of me, because how else do you communicate? Because I certainly can't use my words. That volume comes out kind of flat, whereas the optical audio port is very crisp, and it's more like real life. I can very easily differentiate between something of similar volume from here to here and know where they are. And as a competitor in esports, that split second that helps you understand where your opponent is extremely crucial. As well as just having in-game control. When you die, you can quickly, here's a mix amp from Astro, not a sponsor, but hey, hit me up. This knob right here, right? This controls the balance between game sound and voice, right? If you're here, you probably already know that, but just in case, I'm gonna go over it. This controls the absolute just volume overall, right? So with a USB mic or an aux, you know what? Here, what? I don't even need to use traditional headphones. I can use these $40 Turtle Beaches, right? I just plug this directly into my controller, and I can control the absolute volume, but the mixer between the voice and game chat, I have to open up the menu in Xbox to change. I don't know about PS5, but it's probably very similar. So the third is 2 connection points, right? This is extremely valuable because for esports, right, I will plug the USB into my PC. I will plug the optical audio port. I'm goal to get that right. You should take a shot every time I mess that up. I think I got it right there, so looking good so far. From here on out. You could also rewatch the video, up those views, you know, like and subscribe while you're at it, but and yeah, same goes for the stream too. So right, you plug the audio optical port into the console, USB goes back into the PC, right? You can see all these controls on the back of this mix amp, right? There's a micro USB to USB. And this allows us to have instantaneous chat through Discord and party chats on our PC. For streamers, it allows us to talk to you, right? There are other setups, but generally this is one of the easiest and most commonly utilized, versus actually using console's party chat that they provide us. There's a little bit of a delay. So for esports, that's really detrimental. Like I said earlier, seconds, microseconds make a huge difference in gameplay. So now, right, what Astro was super concerned about was compatibility. So they just released a software update. No, it's not going to be in the link below because maybe we'll see. I don't know if I want to do that work. But they released a software update and now you can just plug the USB in and you can hear and talk. But there's not 2 connection points. So all of a sudden I have to choose between my PC and my console. So if I plug it in my console, I can't talk to my stream and I can't record correctly for YouTube videos. I happen to have a capture card, so I guess there's workarounds, but I also can't use it to talk to people instantaneously. Or if I plug it into my PC, now I can't hear game sound, but I can talk to people and hear them quicker, right? So there's a trade-off. So what I'm gonna do in this video, excuse me, gotta have to stop drinking this carbonated drink. Again, Kickstart, not sponsored, got a scarf back there, love this stuff, great. You know, hit me up. In Tennessee, it's like headquarters here or something, I don't know. Mountain Dew, love it. So, man, I gotta stop with this stuff. It's late, I gotta calm down. You guys are getting weirded out, but really, again, I'm gonna go over 3 potential fixes as well as how to set those up. 2 have limitations, will work for streamers, but it doesn't utilize the full audio quality that these high-end headsets can produce. And the third does, but it's the most expensive option and may not be available for everybody because it utilizes an adapter, which I think is gonna sell out. So the first is the solution that Astro put out, right? You have a firmware, software update, and you just plug the USB into your console or your PC on your way. I've heard there's a few complications right now, but they're gonna get those kinks out. They were supposed to launch the software on launch day, which is today as I am recording this. For many of you, it will be a few days later. It may not be present anymore. But again, you plug it in, and to avoid having to have that choice, to have the audio in both, what you can do, and many of you probably already have this, is a USB splitter. So the micro USB connects here, plugs into your PC when you have a dual console PC setup. You're gonna plug that USB that you'd normally plug into the PC into the splitter. And that makes 2 USB-C, USB 3, whatever they're called, ports that you can now plug in. You're gonna plug one into your PC and you're gonna plug one into your console. This will also probably require you to have an extension for the USB, more than likely, unless the console and PC are right next to each other, which I don't recommend due to heat. Unless you have really good airflow, ventilation, or a fan going on. But if you're a streamer, right, noise, yeah, whatever, up to you. The second is there's actually, and I can't speak for PlayStation people, I think this is more a Xbox thing. I think this is why Astro actually released what the third option is going to be for PlayStation. But for Xbox, your option is that there is at the end of, or at the back of these mix amps is an aux port. So you can use right? Pulling out my headphones again. I don't know why I winked, right? With a 3.5 millimeter jack, you need a double male cable that connects on both sides. I think I said female earlier when I meant to say male. I don't know the terminologies. Like I said, tech specs, go somewhere else. They'll give you the technical terms and names. You plug this into the back of your mix amp for your Astros, and then you plug it into the 3.5 millimeter jack that is on your controller, which comes with all controllers for Xbox after the Xbox One S came out, the Generation 2 controllers, which, by the way, you can use your old Xbox controllers for the new Xbox. Really great of them. I appreciate them. This is my old Elite, right? And then you can hear sound on your computer. You can hear sound on your console. But similar to the USB issue that I didn't mention because I'm terrible, the sound is still flat. So you're missing out from an esports perspective. You still don't get that dynamic and crisp surround sound that you would if you were using an optical audio. I really wanted to reverse that so you to take a shot. This setup does offer something that's really unique. I can't speak for PlayStation users, but for Xbox users, when you connect to party chat or Discord with your PC, if that USB is plugged in there, you can't actually talk in game chat or proximity chat. If you do this, there's going to be audio in and out for both your console and your PC, which is actually very cool. So you can talk in game chat while still talking in Discord, etc. I find that great. I think that's really cool. But again, the issue is still present that you don't have that dynamic surround sound. So the third solution is a little bit more expensive, because like an aux cable, right, male to male, can be $5 if you find it in the right place. I expect they'll be gouging if a lot of people are doing this. So, you know, go to your gas station. They usually just hang on the end of racks and they're super cheap. This audio adapter that is being used for PlayStation 5 that Astro came out with is $40, but it is sold out. Really what this is, I bought one here. I went to Best Buy, Insignia. This is great. I'll tell you why I specifically purchased this one. It's pass-through with frame rate, but it was $50 and it's great, and it functions in a way that allows you to take advantage of the optical audio. You plug the optical audio in as well as a couple of HDMI cables that pass through the audio and video seamlessly, and it does so very well. This allows you to have basically the exact same setup you had before. You just have to plug the cables in a manner that I'm going to explain afterwards, but what you really care about, and I'll put these on screen somewhere, streamers, those watching me on stream, you're just gonna have to listen. I guess I could pull, no, I'm not using a notepad. So this particular adapter, right, and I'm looking at my notes, it allows you to have a 720p at 240 hertz, 1080p at 120 hertz, and then 1440 or 4K at 60 hertz, right? So frame rate's gonna be really great. That's why I spent the money here. There are other adapters that are a little bit cheaper than $50. Some range in the 20 to 30, but I couldn't find those specs, so I went with Insignia. It's a great brand, tried and true, great reviews. So I want to talk to you about how you set it up because it's a little bit complicated. So yeah, I got props. USB cable, right? Normally it's plugged into your console, plugged into your monitor, unless you have a capture card. This functions very much like a capture card. So if you've seen that, you can go ahead and skip this. This is pretty much the last part of the video. Again, like and subscribe. Or follow if you're watching on stream. I told you this is gonna be like a YouTube video. You're doing this all live. You can just see all the mistakes, no cuts. It's gonna be great. I don't know why I'm saying it at the end of the video. Just to the point, right? Console, monitor, unless there's a capture card. Now, I'm gonna show you what's here, right? There's an audio out, optical audio, HDMI, micro USB. This connects to just a power, right? And then another HDMI on the other side. The difference between this and the Astros version is their power actually connects to a USB, so you can plug that into the console or PC strictly for power purposes. This one actually has a old-fashioned plug-in. I haven't even pulled it out of the bag yet. Right there, unboxing, Insignia, optical HDMI adapter, baby, right? Just one of these old-fashioned things if it can zoom in, right? So I'm just gonna show you, right? Normally, right? Console, monitor. So plugged into the console, other end, plug in here. Console, adapter. Second HDMI adapter to monitor. Or if you have a capture card, to capture card, and then HDMI to the monitor as well. Then, right, other variable, optical audio port, take a shot. You plug that normally into the back of your console. Instead, you just plug it in here. And it will function exactly as if it was on your old console, which is audio optical. Plug it in there. You're gonna have props, you gotta use them, right? And that should fix it. There could be complications. Feel free to send questions, put them in the comments and I'll go through them. But for me, in my experience and my colleagues who have experienced it, as well as others using different versions of this, it sounds exactly the same as if you had used your old console. You still get that dynamic 360 surround sound. I would have purchased the Astra one to compare them and help you out. By the way, the even though it says it's for PlayStation, it will work on Xbox. So those are your three potential solutions. Obviously, this one can potentially be the most expensive. I don't know what the pass-through is for some of the others. If you're not really worried about frame rate, go ahead, but you might not be able to maximize and fully utilize what these new next-gen consoles offer. So that being said, I probably missed something. I'm trying to go over my notes here. I thought it was pretty good for a Devin Nash style stream. I'm gonna get everything set up and start streaming on my new console. Halo 5, love it. Waiting for Halo Infinite, really wish it came out today. If you like this content, I do a lot more of it. I do a lot of game reviews, focus primarily on Halo because that's what I competed in, but I also enjoy Overwatch. It's late, I can't even think of everything else that I play. Valorant, Call of Duty. The traditional FPS is Apex, right? And if you want to see tutorials, just let me know, put them in the comments. But I do a lot of gameplay review. You can check out some of my other videos. If you liked it, again, like, subscribe. My other social media links are also in the description below. Give me a follow, let's connect, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the